What's up, guys? We're Gutsaw. We're an American technical death grind band. We've been around since 2003, and we got another album coming out September 30th, 2022. And this right here is Necro Nick. He'll introduce himself.
Necro Nick, guitars, vocals.
And I'm Dave Ingrate, and I play bass and vocals.
And the other guy is Mark, drums and vocals.
Hey, what's up, Ukraine? I just want to say my heart goes out to you guys. I'm a war vet myself, and I know how much of a hardship it can be, and we just want to let you know our hearts are with you, our minds are with you, and we hope that you guys stay strong and that you guys continue to fight the fight.
The meaning behind the band name, back when I was in high school, a long time ago, I was thinking about how life is just so, everyone wants to believe the good, that life is so great, life is so perfect. And Gutsaw is supposed to represent how life is not that way at all. Life is hard, life is pain, life is suffering. As you guys all know, I'm sure you've all have felt this way. But Gutsaw is supposed to represent the truth that everyone tries to pull over and cover us and shelter us from. Everything that's bad, everything that's evil that happens, that's what life is. Gutsaw, I love chainsaws. Gutsaw, I love guts. It's about the truth. It's about honesty. It's not about living the pipe dream. It's not about anything that you've been told growing up. It's about what you experience as a human being, as an individual, that things are not what they seem. All Lives Splatter, it's our new record, and it's the best stuff that we've ever done. We are recently inviting our new drummer, and brand new to the band, never worked with him before this, so you guys are in for something special. And also, it's the return of Dave. He's got just the best vocals, anything, just killer. Anything that we thought we could pull off before wasn't able to happen until he came back. This record is gonna be just cerebral, crushing. The 2 singles that we've released so far have gotten just such good response, and it's heavy. We had Chris Wiseman do the mix and the master for it from Shadow of Intent. And of course, I tracked everything myself, I engineered everything in my home studio. It's just gonna be devastating to your speakers. I hope you guys are ready to get pummeled by this thing. It's just song after song of just pure technical death grind. We touch on a lot of different topics. One of the topics that we touch on is cannibalism. Another one of the topics that we touch on is, a long time ago, there was this really radical venue that we all used to go to, we all used to play shows at, and all the great bands used to come and play at, and it was just amazing. So that's gonna be amazing. And the other stuff, ooh man, just lots of zombies, lots of brute forces, lots of, man, some of this stuff is just too crazy to even think about at the moment. But I tell you this, you're gonna be tripping out when you think about all the different stuff that we came up with for this. It's not anything, especially when you're smoking some of this crazy weed that we invented, it turns you into just like another person. Yeah, we came with a lot of crazy ideas for this, and it's brutal. Not only brutal, but it just really makes you think. The artwork for this release was done by none other than Ukrainian master, Daymorph.
Masterful.
Yeah, the dude is just amazing. Everything that he does is just perfection. I was super proud to have him participate and collaborate with us on this. And the response that we got after he displayed the art for the first time was incredible. It was one of the best artworks that he's ever done. And we are just beyond proud and beyond stoked about having this art. It's been a long time just dream to work with him, because he's just so good at what he does. And we can't wait for you guys to hold this stuff and just check it out and love it as much as we do.
We don't think that you really need to have a record deal, but we also think that every band has a unique challenge and unique opportunities, and that you have to understand how your band operates and what your goals and aspirations are. So for some bands, having a label is vital and that's what they need, and for some other bands, I don't think that you need to have a label. So for us, we have a lot of the talent, we have a lot of the opportunity to just do it independently, so that's how we decided to release All Lives Splatter. But other bands, they might need a little more help, they might have goals that, you know, require a record deal. So for us, we just decided to do this whole album independently.
Well, I'll be honest, when I was a kid, I was always watching MTV. That's just the way of the world back in the 90s coming out. I mean, most of the Seattle stuff, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the grunge stuff, that's what, I mean, I didn't know about Headbangers Ball yet. I was only like 6 or something years old, but I remember watching Smells Like Teen Spirit video. Then, yeah, after I saw that, I was just like, oh man, music is totally awesome, and I need to get myself more into this stuff. I wasn't able to buy a bunch of cool stuff, and it wasn't as accessible as things are these days with the internet and everything like that. So whatever I could find, whatever I could get my hands on, like that's what I was cranking out. If the radio had something good on, I'd probably pop a blank tape in there and try to record some of my favorite jams on it. And that's what made me want to play guitar. Like I thought, these guys look great. They look like they're having a blast, just rocking out, breaking guitar, just loving it. And that's what got me hooked on it. I loved it from the start. It made me feel so alive. It made me just, all the feelings I had inside seemed like they'd be summed up just by listening to this stuff. Every emotion I ever had, I felt like was expressed in all these guys' songs. And that's what made me get just stuck, and I just never got out of it.
All right. Yeah, for me, not too dissimilar. I grew up, you know, as a young kid being forced to play piano and trumpet, and I liked it, but never really resonated with me. And it wasn't until about high school, you know, 14 years old, I entered high school and I met some guys and they were playing heavy music and listening to like heavy metal. And I, you know, heard these bands and was blown away and just wanted to do that. And then, you know, going down the line a little bit, we alluded to this venue that was in our hometown, and I went there and saw these bands, super heavy bands, and from playing, like listening to heavy metal and new metal into like death metal and grindcore and hardcore, and just seeing these guys play and just being like, that's what I want to do, that's crazy. And then pretty quickly joined bands and started playing a little more seriously. Not long after that, actually getting in a band with Nick as a young kids and growing up playing music. That's when I realized, like, I'll be doing this until I die, playing music. So yeah, it's been now, we've been playing together from our very first band together, years, like 22 years almost, probably.
Since we were just still
yeah, like
this
50,
tall.
Yeah, before we could drive cars legally. It's crazy.
All right, well, if I could change anything about the music industry, it would be get those dinosaurs out of there. Get all those old guys out of there.
Go.
They're not relevant anymore. All the young kids, they don't care about what they think. Anything they have to say is not valid anymore. Yeah. They're not in charge anymore. And obviously, they're realizing that, and they're falling out, they're decaying, they're getting out of there. But if I could change anything about the industry, it would just be get some fresh blood. Get somebody who knows what they're doing in there. A lot of these older guys, they're out of touch. Things haven't been the way that they've been used to for a long time. Things are changing, and the fans are changing. They're not really down for that stuff that their parents were anymore. Get those guys out.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, so I don't know if I'd call this a fail. I mean, some people might call it a win. It's kind of in between. But we were playing a show at this amusement park, an October Halloween show at an amusement park. This would have been 2004 probably, maybe 2004. Yeah. And we have a song called Gorgeous, and it's about, it's kind of like about like a Code Blue, if you've ever heard that song. Very similar themes, right? And Nick explained what the song was about on stage in the amusement park, and the manager freaked out and cut the power on us. And so we're outside of this big stage in front of quite a few people. It was pretty decently packed show back in those days.
Yeah, it was good.
And yeah, we played the whole song with the power cut, just screaming at the top of our lungs.
No mics.
No mics, no power, just playing. You know, it was just drums and screaming at the top of our lungs.
Yeah,
pretty much.
belting it out.
Yeah. So that's a deep cut, but a good memory to have.
I've had a bunch of times where I've just busted strings. Like maybe I didn't change my strings before the show, or maybe I just was playing it too hard, feeling it too much. And yeah, I've just busted strings up. And I'm playing guitars that have got tremolos on them. And a lot of you guys out there, if you guys are guitar players, you know how bad your tuning's gonna get after you lose that tension on one of those strings. So yeah, pretty much it's useless after you break one of those bad boys. And it's not like we're talking light gauges either. We're talking some heavy gauges, because we're playing 7 strings. We're playing the low end of the spectrum there. And so yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've just broken strings. Or even some of the other times where you play those big festivals out there and you've got lots of wireless stuff going on. And I remember one time my wireless pack started getting interference, like frequency interferences, because there's all these different wirelesses going on in the building, different stages, other bands, just everything was, oh man, my guitar just cut out. And so the stagehand, he came up, just disconnected my wireless and just hooked me up with a cable, and I got back on there. But oh man, even vocal mics just would somehow get cut. I don't know. Nothing too crazy though. I mean, I've never had, you know,
catastrophic failures, huh?
Yeah, no, I've never been electrocuted, never been set on fire. Not yet.
Not yet.
I like all the new music, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the stuff is not good, but hey, that's just my taste.
Yeah.
I'm liking a lot of benighted stuff, aborted stuff.
Oh, benighted.
I was gonna say, yeah, there's so many good bands out there.
A lot of aborted.
And I'm liking a lot of even the old school bands, you know, like that are still doing it. Like even their new stuff is just totally awesome to me. Bands like, you know, Judas Priest or like Iron Maiden or Saxon or, man, Megadeth, can't get enough. New Megadeth is totally rad. And of course, yeah, Crypta, love the Crypta stuff, and I love all the new stuff. And speaking of movies, new movies, pretty much anything that's on the Blumhouse. I like all the Blumhouse remakes of all the horror stuff. I haven't been watching too many movies lately. It's kind of hard, you know. I'm a dad, so I watch a lot of kid movies. But all that stuff rules. All the kid movies rule. I don't care what you say. We're not slowing down. Yeah. Everything, yeah, a lot of bands are coming to California for their very first time just this year alone. We're getting a lot of more bands, a lot more international bands. Everyone's realizing how metal California is, and just all the friends. I mean, we got friends in Interloper, Rings of Saturn, Faceless. I mean, even some of the other bands, lesser known, just incredible talent. And you guys will be hearing about all those bands real soon because they're all working on new records. Some of them debuts. And yeah, the state of the metal scene in California is great.
Yeah.
Even some of the bigger bands, you know, dare I say, like Megadeth again. But yeah, everybody just loves metal in California. And if they don't love metal, they've got a friend who loves metal. Everybody is just thirsty, so hungry to get some metal in their lives right now, especially after what we've been going through the past couple of years. Everyone wants to get out and get in that mosh pit, and they want to rock around. Yeah. Everyone's down. Everyone's dying to hear more. I'm just wishing a lot more festivals would come out this way. We got a couple. We got the California Death Fest, we got the Extermination Fest, and we got a couple other festivals up north in Oakland, and oh man, yeah, there's no lack of metalheads in this state. There's tons of thrash, tons of death, tons of black, lots of grind, lots of power violence. big hands up for Tank Crimes Records and all the other labels from this state, Gore House Productions, all the great people making it happen, all the shows, like the promoters. Yeah, everything is going down. Come to California, see for yourself.
Yeah, I think we're just super lucky in this state because from all the way south of San Diego all the way up north, it's just like heavy hitters in California. And there's just so many bands that are just killing it forever. I mean, you name a band.
I would say, yeah. Pathology's on tour with Devourment over in Europe right now. I mean, there's so many good bands. We've got many good bands.
The Bay Area scene, the LA scene, we got it all.
Yeah.
Lucky out here.
Testament, Exodus, everybody's doing their thing. Nobody's missing out.
You didn't even mention Exhumed, Impaled.
I was going to say, yeah, oh man. All these great bands. California, baby.
Yeah.
Knows how to party.
There you go. All right, yeah, so future plans for Gutsaw. So, of course, we're going to be hitting the ground running with another album as soon as possible. Just get you guys more of this new, like, super brutal, like, death grind we've been doing. We're, going to start playing some more shows, getting on some fests. Yeah, really just keep getting to it. What do you think?
I was going to say we're going to do a lot more music. After we get out this album, All Lives Splatter, September 30th, we're planning on doing some touring to support it. We want to give all you guys out there a chance to hear it direct. If there's a chance that we could fly over there to Europe and show you guys how we do it over here in California, we're going to gladly jump on that train and jump on that plane and get ourselves over there. And also, we're going to be writing some new stuff. We've been working on this new one for a while now, and as it happens, I'm just dying to get in the studio again and just show you guys what else we've been hiding. And of course, we're going to be making lots more merch, lots more everything, just videos, playthroughs. But yeah, we're not slowing down. We're going to go hit it hard, and we're going to show you guys what it means to be a California tech death grind band for real. So just to wrap everything up, we want to say thank you to everybody out there who's checked out the first 2 singles. If you haven't yet, go to Slam Worldwide. We've got 2 singles out. Check those things out. Also, thank you to all the guys over at Grand Sounds. We appreciate all the hard work. And of course, Antichrist Magazine, thank you for having us on.